Full stop.
Well, and the general manager last year made one monster deal.
Yep.
And it was a deal to get rid of a guy who was an exciting and offensive, and bring in a guy who's much more defensive-oriented, reliable, who can score. He's got a big shot.
And a guy who was, they felt, a bit disruptive, to bring in a guy who was more
solid.
Yeah.
And the net result is, well, PK Subban's going to the second round in Nashville, and Weber is going golfing.
Yep.
So, was it a case of the general manager not addressing the real need of his hockey club, which is somebody who could put the biscuit in the basket?
The problem with the Canadians are what we see with the number of teams. You and I talk about this all the time. They are neither fish nor fowl. They are not at the top. They are not at the bottom. They are in the middle. They will now draft again somewhere late in the first or in the middle of the first round.
Another guy not get an impact player.
Not get an impact player, and they will continue doing. Now they thought they had an impact player with Alex Galchenyuk. That seems to be the jury's still out on that one. This is taking more time than they had hoped. But other than that, they've got some young players. They're one of the 9 teams, but they got all their eggs in the Carey Price basket. And now if they decide they want to sign him up long term and go down that road, it's going to be a challenge. I mean, you can't say they're not good.
Are you thinking they might not even want to re-sign Carey Price?
They do. But I mean, it'll come down to what the number is. What if he wants $12 million? I'm the best goalie, I'm the best player in the world. Give me $12 million. What do you do then? Whereas you could turn around and say, I'm not saying they will. I better be very careful. You could turn around and trade him to some team and get a goalie back who makes $4 million and let them pay him.
So do you think their general manager has done a good job?
He's fine. I mean, yeah, he's been fine. I don't know. I mean, again, it's results, right? I mean, I just look at the results, and I don't
Calgary, he didn't make the playoffs last year.
Exactly.
And this year went out in the first round.
Yeah, but I wouldn't fire Bradford Leonard. And I don't think I'd fire Mark Bergevin. But I'd be saying to him, look, we got to win some hockey games, or I'm going to have to find somebody else to do this.
Which of these two teams, without changes?
You're very focused on the Flames and Habs. I think you'd be more focused on the Leafs.
Well, no, because I think the path is pretty clear.
Keep going.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Like if you can get a defenseman, a quality defenseman, without giving up any of your good young talent.
That's not possible.
No, but go ahead. Well, you could sign Shattenkirk, for example. I don't know whether he'd be the guy, but I'm just thinking there's a defenseman of some quality who's available as a free agent. All it is money.
Yep.
So, is he better than what they have at?
The trick is right now,
3, 4, 5.
He's already turned down $6 million a year.
I know.
They paid Morgan Riley.
Fine. Yeah.
So you're going to bring in a free agent defenseman who's, in my opinion, at maybe as good as, but they're still close. Yeah. They're paying $1 million more. That's how you disrupt a team.
You're right. I'm just saying that there's a path for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and there's things that they can do, but they're pretty obvious.
Okay, then I get why you were saying that they were all kind of different. In that regard, I sort of see. I think the path is there for the Calgary Flames. Keep going.
I think their prospects in the next couple of years, absent something unexpected, are better than those of the Montreal Canadiens. Now they need a goaltender,
and they need Sam Bennett to really take a big step forward. He's there. He was in the NHL early. He was a high pick. They need him to really step up.
Agreed. But at least that possibility exists. I don't think Montreal doesn't have that guy.
Maybe Montreal will give Calgary their goal.
Maybe not. The Boston Bruins, meanwhile, are also fell short again.
They're like Montreal. They are fish nor fowl, spinning their wheels in the middle.
Yeah, they're another one of those teams that it's hard to understand how you fix that unless you blow it up. Otherwise, you wind up being.
It's tough. I know. I was going to say it's easy. I know. And Bob will agree with us. I mean, it's easy for us to sit around here and say, yeah, blow it up, lose a million games, and get some prospects. Well, we're not the ones who then say, well, maybe we can't get season tickets, maybe our TV rights go down. maybe our building's half empty, and then a whole bunch of people get fired while we're doing the quote-unquote right thing.
Let's bring in the Bostonian. Here's Bob Ryan of Globe. Hello, Mr. Ryan. How are you?
Hello, gentlemen. Yes, we are licking the wounds. The party line, I mean, basically is such that perhaps three of the first top four defensemen after Chara, the next three best defensemen did not play a second in the Ottawa series. Krug, Carlo, and McQueen did, yes, then he got hurt. So the first two did not play at all. McQueen played barely at all. And then they didn't have David Krejci. I know, it was a man. Everybody has injuries, etc., etc., etc. But they really did give it a good battle, despite the fact that they were. In fact, they had, kid making his debut, Charlie McAvoy, made his debut in the first game of the Stanley Cup playoffs. But I know it can happen in this league, and it's hardly unprecedented. But it still tells where they were when this thing started. They gave it a good fight, but the better team won.
Well, yes, they did. Yet, overall, if you look at the Boston Bruins regular season, what you see is a team that for a long period of time were iffy to make the playoffs and had a little run that got them in. But they were not among the elite teams, were never considered among the elite teams, never considered among the favorites. Many people thought they were life and death to get into the playoffs, and essentially they were, regardless of how they done this. They had to win.
Went down to the last week. Yeah, went down to the last week. You guys have something about that. So, anyway.